Georgetown, South Carolina is the third oldest city in the state, located on the Winyah River at the confluence of the Black Pee Dee, Waccamaw, and Sampit Rivers. It remains the second largest seaport behind Charleston in the state. During the colonial era, Georgetown was the commercial center of the indigo and rice production areas. The timber industry was also prevalent, with accompanying sawmills. A tour on foot of Georgetown is a fascinating glimpse into American and statewide history. The architecture offers an intriguing sampling comparable to nearby Charleston. Follow this path into a downtown neighborhood offering a distinctive southern charm and gorgeous architecture. Centering the terrain is a massive tree that predates the settlement. Launching into the heavens amidst 515 Prince Street, a 120-foot tall South Carolina champion oak features a lineage older than the European settlement of Georgetown. The current age is estimated to exceed over 580 years. When it was last officially recorded in 1940, the tree measured 23 feet in circumference, 120 feet tall, with a crown spread of 125 feet. Live oak trees are labeled live because they remain green during the winter months. They may be found up and down the East Coast, Gulf Coast, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and even portions of the Pacific Northwest. Robert Stewart originally constructed the Stewart Parker Mansion during 1740 in a Georgian style framed with a brick exterior. Upon his death and subsequent purchase by merchant Daniel Tucker in 1787, the house was transferred into the current federal-style stucco residence. Tucker added rounded rooms to both sides of the layout. The most distinctive honor crowning the residence is that President George Washington slept inside during his storied travels through South Carolina in 1791. Benjamin Alston Sr. would purchase the property in 1825, and following the conclusion of the century, the Parker family would become proprietors. In 1979, the lineage ended with the building being sold to the First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Georgetown. Later, the institution would become the Carolina First Bank and donate the structure to the Parker Stewart Foundation in 2001. That group would lease the building to the city of Georgetown. Since 2006, the National Society of the Colonial Dams of America has owned the estate. The group stages formal gatherings and weddings at the site. John and Mary Perry Cleland constructed one of Georgetown's earliest residences in 1737. Mary inherited the property from her father John Perry, who'd been granted an extensive land grant in 1705 that encompassed the present community of Georgetown. The structure is a raised tidewater residence with the main entrance facing Sampit River. Cleland's nephew Archibald Baird would purchase the house in 1753. He relocated the front entrance to Front Street and added a porch during 1780. Local prominent residents including John Withers, Francis Withers, Dr. Joseph Bly, and Robert F. W. Alston would subsequently own the house. The Red Store Warehouse is Georgetown's oldest surviving commercial building. It remains intact since reputedly the early 1700s. The structure was composed of ballast bricks used in ships from Britain. The building served as a warehouse for Georgetown shipbuilders that are credited with launching 33 vessels. The positioning was located just outside the periphery city limits, where an adjacent tavern opened, serving the waterfront crowd. Georgetown did not permit the serving of alcohol within the city confines. The tavern later burned down. One of the most demanded early products within South Carolina was the colony's new crop for creating blue dye. The Winyah Indigo Society was established in 1755 and incorporated 2 years later to ensure financial support for the public school it had founded. President of the society, Thomas Lynch, oversaw a library and an intellectual center for the trade. Union soldiers employed the 1857 Indigo Society headquarters over the course of the Civil War. There are numerous additional historical properties within the city that make Georgetown a beguiling treasure.